Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on another episode of Land of a Thousand Queens. I'm your host, Josh TV. Today we have the spectacular Twila Holiday from Kissimmee, Florida.
Stop it. You're making my hair big.
Girl, how big is that hair? How big is it?
It's big. It's so big.
It is amazing.
Size queen. Size queen, girl. Go big or
queen.
go home.
Ooh. How long did it take you to, make it?
Girl, I woke up like this.
Oh, okay, I see. She's one of those.
It's like the Ron Popeil rotisserie on barbecue. You set it and forget it. And it's done, bitch. It's done. Snatched.
All right, girl, so tell us, how did you come up with the name Twila?
It's actually a really funny story.
Oh, really?
It is. Back in high school, I worked at a funeral home. I know, me, a funeral home person.
Oh, God. Was it in drag, though?
Girl, no, bye.
Oh, okay.
Girl, bye. This is before drag existed in my world. Anyway, it was a gay funeral home, and all the morticians, the funeral director were gay, and they would always call me Cinderfella.
Uh-huh.
But they would call each other Nancy, Barbara, Wilma, and I'm like, girl, I need a real name. Cut that Cinderfella stuff out. Mm-hmm. And they said, okay, your name is officially going to be Twila, and when you decide to come out of the closet, you're going to be in a big red boa, red pumps, and your name is Twila. And I said, that'll never happen. And a couple years later, guess who's here?
Miss Twila.
Miss Twila, she's here, girl.
Wait a minute, you weren't out of the closet? As far as
not in high
gay
school
or drag closet?
I had girlfriends all through high school, so it was very what's up, how you doing?
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah.
I can't picture that.
Then I could finally come out of my shell a little bit, at the funeral home, because I was around people who I felt comfortable with. So then when it was girl, your name's going to be Twila, and Mary this, and Barbara that, and we're going to go shopping, and I'm like, I could get used to this.
Oh,
This is nice.
Right on. So when was your first exposure to drag, or at least understand what it was?
You know what? Back home in my very small town of Erie, PA, there is a drag scene. I never experienced it when I was living at home. I moved away right after high school, moved down to Florida, obviously. And my first show was at the Parliament House with Miss Darcel Stevens.
Oh, wow.
Along with every other Central Florida Floridian. Their first drag show is probably with Darcel, and it's fabulous. And that was kind of what set me into the gay culture down here in Orlando. And I mean, that has set me up for success because I've looked at all those Parliament House queens growing up in my 18s through my 20s as in who they were and what I wanted to be when we finally decided to take on drag. It was kind of like pulling from a little bit of everybody, and that's kind of how we came about.
So what made you want to be okay, you know what, this is for me. This is what I want to do.
Well, being a entertainer most of my life, I have a passion for entertaining. I have a passion for stage presence, for making people have fun. I want to reach them in a way that they can't be reached elsewhere. So it's drag for me is that outlet. That allows me to do what I want. It makes me feel good to know that they're enjoying what I'm giving them. And it also makes me feel good to know that I'm living my best life as somebody who I'm really not, because this is all fun. It's you could be Michael one day and then you're Twila the next, and it's like two different people. Mm. We're like ventriloquists. It's we're crazy because we talk to the puppets, but it's I always refer to her as her. It's Twila, or another queen is she, him, whatever.
She's in a box somewhere.
She's in a box, girl. She's in a suitcase.
Oh, okay.
But no, I love that. It's just a creative outlet that I think everybody has one, and it just takes a while to find it. And drag for me is my creative outlet. So
right on. Right on. So who do you draw your inspirations from? Which type of personas? Because I've seen a lot of poses of Liberace. So does that person have a big influence?
He has recently, in the past couple years, when I really got turned on to him, and watching the showmanship of him, I can see that now coming out. But originally, drawing my inspiration come from old school queens. I'm really big on loving the art of drag and really knowing what it means and what they went through to get to where we are today. I think that's a big step that a lot of the younger queens skip. I think they just come into the scene, they're oh my god, I'm gonna be a drag, everyone's gonna love me, we're gonna take pictures, I'm gonna make money, it's gonna be sickening. But I'm you have to know the history of drag and how it came to be. But that for me is drawing inspiration from old school drag queens, from big time pageant people, from celebrities, along Cher, Bet. I mean, anybody that has extravagant costumes and has that stage presence. It's all about stage presence. That is me. Yeah. You have to have big hair. Yeah. I can't stand when you're not wearing big hair. So it's go big or go home. Your jewelry, I love big jewelry, big gaudy, chandelier style jewelry. Always got to have a good bell sleeve. You cannot go to Dots or Rainbow and throw an outfit together and call it drag. Like, you have to. Look at my closet. I mean, it's fierce. You got to go big. Go big. That if you walk away today with anything, go big. You'll be a size queen real soon, I promise. Go big or go home. But no, seriously, it's a lot of old school inspiration. It's the big ruffle cover-ups. It's the, like I said, the anthems that really get people going. It's the music too that gets people. It's not necessarily what you do on the stage. Like I told you earlier, you know, you could be the best dancer. You could be the best singer if you sing live. But if you can't command the attention of your audience and get them captivated into your music, then that's difficult. Half the battle is that. So
what are your favorite songs to perform?
Oh my God, like Whitney Houston, hands down, everything. I want to dance with somebody. I will always love you. If anybody knows me personally, you've heard all those songs 5 million times when I've done them. And like every time, it feels like a new performance for me, but it's just so captivating because it's like really the audience participation that gets you going. So.
What's one of your memorable performances that you'll never forget?
I'm gonna go with when we were at our club in Old Town when we did Broadway night. Shocking, it was Broadway night. And myself and Sherilyn Matthews did Wicked. And I was strapped up with a harness under my costume.
Oh no!
And we were doing like Defying Gravity, and I ran up on the stage in a blackout, and Colby strapped me in with a Kilbeaner, and Miss Lady Berry had the ropes backstage, and she pulled me to the rafters and was holding on to scared for my life. But I was up there for like the rest of Defying Gravity, and it was incredible. The feeling of just being up there and feeling the audience, like the amount of noise that they were making, screaming and cheering, it was amazing. Like, I will never forget that day. The video is on YouTube. You can see it there. But no, it was absolutely fabulous. And that was literally, hands down, one of the best performances, just feeling-wise, too. The energy was phenomenal. It was out of this world.
So talk to me a little bit about Mercyhurst Prep School.
Sure.
That's a very special type of school. And if you guys don't know who, you know what that is, this is like another theater queen. And theater queens always usually shine through in the drag scene.
You mentioned Mercyhurst Prep, which is my high school back in Erie. It was a performing arts high school. So, I mean, I did every single show we did, every season we came about. We did the plays, we did the musical. And the one thing that I learned at a young age of, freshman year through the 4 years there was stage presence. Like I said, I take it back to that stage presence. And like for me, being on stage is the art. And that's what it's all about, is creating your persona, bringing them to life, and having that stage presence that really captures the audience. So I think learning that in a theater background and doing that all through high school and community theater, I think is an easy way for me to portray that through drag. Because who doesn't want to be the center of attention? I mean, have you ever met a drag queen that's like, oh, bro, I'm just going to stand in the corner and be quiet, like, I don't want the attention?
Well, you usually, no.
No, we're attention whores, so it's like, we command the stage, and we need that. We feed off our audience, we feed off the energy, and I love everything about it.
So you would honestly recommend people who have interest in drag, whether they're coming up in high school or in college, to be part of the theater group, part of the acting, part of show choir, because that all helps.
Life, absolutely. It makes it so much easier, like, as opposed to somebody who's never had that kind of a background. Like, I feel like it comes more naturally. Mm-hmm. And those queens that are the ones that are more timid and more meek in the group settings, I feel are ones that may not have had that kind of experience because they're not exposed to what it's like to command the attention. So, and I mean, of course it's theater, dressed as a girl. Like, if you can't know your own reference as a title of being in drag, then you probably shouldn't be doing drag if you didn't know where it came from. Just saying. It's getting real up in here already.
Girl, spell it, girl, spell it. All right. One of your many talents is that you can play the bagpipe.
I can blow, finger, and squeeze at the same time.
How does she can blow, girl? She can blow through that pipe.
You forgot finger and squeeze at the same time. It's a talent.
How did you learn? Like, who learns the bagpipe?
Girl, it was at the truck stop on OBT. Stall number 3. It was sickening.
Did they tip?
No. Girl, it's not about the tip. It's not about the tip.
Okay, but seriously, that's... What?
Were you taking the tip?
No, I wasn't taking the tip.
Okay. And it ain't about the tip. Well, girl, I'll do anything for $1, hands down. Like, seriously, anything for $1.
Oh my goodness. So when did you learn to... Okay, back to the bagpipe.
Okay, back to the story.
Back to how did you... Lord have mercy, girl.
It's gonna be a long
We have been
night.
having a few drinks, so, you know, it's all a good time.
Oh, it's
always a good time. Don't threaten me with a good
Okay,
time.
back to your question.
Yeah.
Bagpipes, where'd you learn to learn? Where
Where'd
did
you
you
learn
learn
to
to
learn?
play them, to learn how to play bagpipe? Takes me back to high school. Mercyhurst, we were one of the 25 high schools selected in the country to go to Edinburgh, Scotland to perform in the World Theatre Festival, the Fringe Festival over there. So we went over and we took the musical Little Mary Sunshine, and you've probably never heard of it, but it's not that good. Anyway, and we went over to the Military Tattoo, which was bagpipers from all around the world. It's a fabulous show. Ever since a young age in myself, I've always wanted to learn bagpipes. I've loved men in dresses from a very young age. I want to learn bagpipes so bad. So I bought a set over in Scotland, blew my brains out, literally, you know, until you black out a couple times, you know, build up that stamina, girl. Literally, the bagpipes have set me up for success ever since I started learning. Like, best thing ever.
Oh my God.
The blowing capacity that I have is just phenomenal. But anyway, no, it's a really hard instrument to learn. I taught myself, which I'm very proud of, because I think it doesn't sound that bad for being soft-taught. Because it's one of those instruments that it can be horrible or it can be like really good. But yeah, no, I think I do pretty good for being a self-taught bagpiper.
Summer Holiday is your drag sister, but in his boy... Oh, come on! In his boy form is Joshua. You guys are married.
We are,
How
yes.
did you guys two meet?
We met at Disney. Shocking! No, Disney is
There's a lot of cuties that work at
literally a
Disney.
magical place to work and to live and to eat and all the above. But no, we both did entertainment years ago.
With the
and
eye rolls.
The eye rolls, girl. And no, we met through a mutual friend. They came to see the show Fantasmic, and I accidentally stumbled upon them all in the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know Josh at the time, and I was introduced to him. And I was literally, I told you I was going to tell this story too. Literally was trying to get as far away from them as possible because I'm like, girl, I need to go home. I need to get food. I'm going to bed. I was a workaholic. Like that was my day. Work, eat, sleep. And Josh was like, hey, let's go get some food. And I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm going to Panda. You can meet me there or not. I'm going home. Like, pick one. So they all come to Panda. And my mutual friend of ours doesn't eat Panda Express. He's like, I'm a vegetarian. So he had to go get food of his own and left me to babysit Josh at Panda. And of course, like...
You think that was a setup?
Girl, I don't know. No, it wasn't a setup. No, I know it wasn't a setup. But literally, I was like, no, I gotta babysit this guy. I don't even know who he is. But we did talk, and then they came over, and girl, right, the stairs from across the room, I can feel them. And long story short, at the end of the night, he gave me his fortune out of his fortune cookie. It said, you'll find what you're looking for, just open your eyes.
Oh, wow.
Everybody say, aw.
Aw.
And it had his number on the back of it. And somehow they all managed to end up at my house to watch a movie. And it, like I said earlier, it wasn't Netflix, bitch, because we didn't have Netflix back in 2007. We had DVDs. And so we all came over and watched the movie, and it was fabulous. And they went home, and the rest is history. We were inseparable ever since.
Aww.
That's where that blowing, fingering, and squeezing came into play.
Hey, Josh is on the other side of the camera. He's like...
He's gagging, honey. He's like gagging. Are you embarrassed?
All right, let's switch gears here. And you are actually the first official drag queen for Delta Airlines.
Yes.
How the hell did you land that type of prestigious
Girl, it's
title?
It's Dallas commuter hair. You've got to have the Dallas commuter hair. Sold it. No, I met up with a friend of mine who flies out of New York, and he was flying with the gentleman that organizes the Pride Parade for the company. And they were talking about booking one of the RuPaul girls, as they always did, for parade. And he's like, oh, my friend down in Orlando, Twila, she does this flight attendant bit. She flies in Orlando. You should totally get in contact with her. And so he did, and we made it work, moved schedules around. Went up to New York. The feeling of being in New York for Pride is just awesome to begin with, but to be a part of a company doing it is phenomenal. So I got up there, and immediately it was, we take your picture, we take your picture. So we took so many pictures. Our, managers in New York were there, our regional managers were there, our marketing was there, and they were like, this is amazing. We need to do this. So every parade that we did, it was like, Twila, can you make it up? Twila, can you make it up? And then it became, Twila, it's on your schedule. Twila, it's on your schedule. We need you here. We need you at this event. We need you to do the GLAAD Awards in LA and New York. We've opened for the GLAAD Awards. So it's like to be recognized as the official heels of Delta is kind of what they call it, And to be like a corporate drag queen is kind of a sickening gig. Like, it's something that I've always wanted to do when I flew. I was like, I need to be a flight attendant. Not necessarily working in drag, but like doing like the Pride events for the company. And it is, like I said, it's been a wonderful ride. I've done it about 5 years now. And yeah, many more to come.
What's it like working for a company that really truly embraces the LGBT community and also obviously the drag community?
I mean, it is phenomenal. It's a great feeling to know that they have your back. Like, and it's not even about, acknowledging drag or acknowledging anything other than the fact that we're all equal and we're so diverse. And it's like, it's so good to know that you can work for a company that believes in you and supports you in your lifestyle. And it's like, that's amazing. And it's not necessarily that they support me in drag. They just know that this is you and you have a talent that helps us out. Like, it's a huge marketing standpoint for the LGBT community. Like, we've been in flyers and advertisements for Pride parades. It's like, we've been in commercials. If you're watching like a movie on the plane and the little pre-Delta commercial that comes on, it's like, I'm in there. There's a clip of me walking down the street waving, it's like, that is an awesome feeling. Nobody on the plane knows it's me, but it's a great feeling.
Right
that
on.
you have the support. It's awesome.
What inspires you to keep doing drag? Because obviously it's not cheap, it's hard, there's a lot of hate, but what makes you want to do it every time?
Like I said, it's the people. It's the patrons that come to the shows. It's the people at the club. It's the friends that you make. And like I told you earlier, for me, it's such a pleasure to perform for people. I do it as a hobby. It's not my full-time job, obviously. Like, yes, it can get expensive, but it's totally worth it. Like, it all comes back to you in the end. Like, that feeling as a theater person, as a performer, like, that energy that I get, like, that's my payoff. And so, like, it's just really, it's the people that do it for me. It's not, this isn't comfortable at all. Like, people are like, girl, you look fierce. Like, girl, you look so good.
Like, bitch, I'm hot up
here. You look so happy. I'm like, it's like a crock pot in here. Like, it is slowly cooking. Like, it's not comfy. It's a pain in the ass, and I want to take it off before I even put it on. But it really is the people, for sure. For me.
Right.
Not necessarily for everybody, but for me, it's the people.
Right on. All right, if people want to come see Twila Holiday, I know you guys have a big event coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Where can people catch you guys perform?
Well, you can see Twila Holiday coming up at the official Gay Days on June 2nd. Woo! It's Icons at Gay Days. It's our celebrity impersonation show. That's the kind of show that I want to be in, every week, that kind of a show. And Summer, working with Summer and the other Diamond Divas and everybody else in the cast that's coming together for it. This is something that we've always wanted to do. So like I said, June 2nd, mark your calendar, the official Gay Days over at the Doubletree here in Orlando. We're hosting the Icon Show. It's going to be a wonderful time. Tickets are on sale at www.gaydays.com/sales/tickets or something. You'll find it.
It's on your Facebook page.
It is on the Facebook page. But you can see us there. We're always at this. We're always at this. We're always at the Sawmill Resort. You've come out there a bunch of times. We're in Hernando. We like to travel around. We don't like to stay in one place.
Right on.
So yeah, check us out on Facebook. We've got a bunch of events coming up. I'm always around, so who knows? I'll be coming to a city near you.
All right. Thank you so much, Twila, for taking time in this interview here on Land of a Thousand Queens. If you want to know more about Twila Holiday's social media account and all the events, they will be listed on the description box below. I'll try to put them here, all up around on the video. Yeah. I'm Josh TV. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode of Land of a Thousand Queens, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, world. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. Yay!
Yay, we did it. We're not drunk yet.
No. Well, I was kind of earlier.
Okay, no, it hit me too. Like in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, girl, we need to, hold on, girl, we're gonna do it." It died.